Chapter 3, The Other Side. The final step felt like crossing a threshold into another world. As my foot touched the summit, the mist swirled violently, engulfing me in an icy grip. For a breathless moment, there was nothing, no sound, no light, no sense of up or down. Then, the world snapped into focus. I gasped as I stumbled forward onto solid ground, my legs trembling beneath me. The staircase was gone, replaced by sprawling ruins bathed in the glow of twin moons. Jagged stone towers stretched into an endless night sky, and an eerie hum vibrated through the air. The very air itself felt charged with energy, tingling against my skin like static electricity. I had stepped into another world, and there was no turning back. A sudden gust of wind sent loose dust and rubble skittering across the ground. I wrapped my arms around myself, shivering as my senses tried to catch up with my reality. The ruins loomed around me, broken remnants of what might have once been a grand city. The architecture was unlike anything I had ever seen, twisting spires, floating orbs of soft blue light, massive archways that led to nowhere. And then, I saw him. A figure stood atop a crumbling archway, his silhouette outlined by the ethereal glow of the moons. A long cloak billowed behind him, the fabric adorned with silver embroidery that shimmered like constellations. His stance was regal, his presence commanding. Even from a distance, I could feel the weight of his gaze as it locked onto me. He stepped forward with measured grace, descending the ruins with an elegance that didn't seem entirely human. As he neared, I could finally make out his features. Sharp cheekbones, an angular jaw, dark hair that fell just past his shoulders. But it was his eyes that caught me, the color of liquid silver, piercing and unreadable. "You finally arrived," he said, his voice low and smooth, edged with something that sent a shiver down my spine. I took a wary step back, my instincts screaming at me to stay on guard. "Who are you?" I demanded. "Where am I?" He tilted his head slightly, as if considering how much he should reveal. "You stand in the ruins of Eldrinth, the forgotten city of sorcerers. And I am Rhyzander." The name sent a ripple through me, though I had never heard it before. "How do you know who I am?" "Because," he said, stepping closer, his eyes locked onto mine, "I called you here." My breath hitched. The whispers, the voice I had heard as I climbed the staircase, it had been him. But why? I clenched my fists. "Then send me back. I didn't come here by choice." A flicker of amusement crossed his face. "Didn't you?" He gestured around us. "You climbed the stairs. You followed the voice. Whether you admit it or not, some part of you wanted to be here." I hated that he might be right. Rhyzander watched me in silence, as if waiting for me to accept my fate. Finally, he exhaled and turned. "Come," he said. "There's much to discuss." I hesitated. I didn't trust him. Couldn't trust him, but I had no other options. The staircase was gone. The only way forward was with him. So, swallowing my fear, I followed. And somewhere deep inside, I wondered if I had just made my first mistake.